You have taken a wrong turn. You are now trapped in an auditory liminal space, a place between the stations. Do not worry, we can show you the way out. Listen closely. Try not to get lost. Let's start changing frequencies. Hi, let's change frequencies a bit. My name is Vicente Quintanilla. I am the voice behind Static, the DJ of this show. I enjoy having the opportunity to play a character that exists outside the scope of the real world. It's something that is very comforting to me. I, as an individual, however, do not have the luxury of existing outside the real world and being a witness to the things that happen in it. The following are, of course, my own thoughts and may not accurately reflect the attitudes of this station or the university. The news cycle for the past month has now been closely following the latest regarding the situation in Israel and Palestine. It is demoralizing to see the atrocities that are being committed on a daily basis against the people of Palestine. And as someone who holds a platform, albeit small, I want to combat the feeling of helplessness by doing what I can right now, which is talking. I do not condone Hamas or their actions, but the indiscriminate and disproportionate response on behalf of Israel is also unacceptable. This is a textbook case of genocide. The death toll among Palestinians has now surpassed the 8,000 according to the Gaza Health Ministry. So I'm doing my part by talking about it. I'm asking that you, as the listeners of this show, and just cosmic citizens of the universe, do what you can to prevent more. Stay informed, boycott companies that are complicit in the ongoing ethnic cleansing of Palestinian people, donate to reputable organizations when you can, contact your local representatives, call for a ceasefire, mourn the dead, and fight like hell for the living. For now, let's listen to some music, and then we will come back to your regularly scheduled program, Changing Frequencies. Thank you. Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back. It has been far too long since you last heard from me. Last time we were together, I was unfortunately sick and on the look for a cure for my ailments. Well, if you couldn't already tell, listeners, I am back in full health, ready to serve the prodigal child returns in all its glory. I am once again here to show you around the endless void I call home. Now, understandably, I was missing for longer than either you or I expected. I was not here for our meeting last week, which is unfortunate. You know, missing a show so quick in my rise to stardom, I must seem like quite the diva. But I assure you, I am a professional and would not imagine missing an opportunity to be here with you, my audience, if it wasn't absolutely necessary. I won't bore you with all the details of my adventure, listeners, but needless to say, recovering from the plague that is human disease was a lot more difficult than I initially suspected. Listeners, it would appear that the extended possession of a human host does not sit well with forces in either realms of existence. Needless to say, I was forced to attend a trial for these so-called crimes in front of a committee whose power I do not recognize. Fear not, however, dear listeners, the issue has been resolved. Though the process did involve a long journey into the areas of the infinite void beyond my finite sphere of influence. The powers that exist there spoke to me, as much as millennia-old beings without a voice can speak to one who does not have ears. After meeting with forces from your world that are unknown to you, forces who have asked me to keep their anonymity, of course. We were all able to come to an agreement that took into consideration my special circumstances and position as a bridge between our worlds. Conditions by which I wholeheartedly stand. The possession of a human host will no longer be an action that I take, and one that I had already denounced as early as 3 weeks ago when I first got sick. Beyond that, we're back on track. What can I say? It pays to have fans. Enough of me, though. We've been away far too long, so let's look around. Let's hop in a station, see what we find. Here's Answer Love Myself by BTS. Listeners, although tragic, I believe our meeting today will be short lived. It really is unusual how fast the time flies. I didn't even notice it. We both know you shouldn't be here much longer, and even if there were no potential adverse side effects to you staying here, I do not wish to find myself in hot waters again anytime soon with the powers that be. Forces more imposing than myself can be quite intimidating, actually. So for now, I definitely intend to stay in my lane and play it very, very safe. I think we have time for a couple more songs, after which, as always, we will both go our separate ways. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your support. Here's Daddy Issues by The Neighborhood. That's all from me today, guys. This was Static. Remember, I'm always here, and I am always listening. Until next time, thank you.